Hey team, welcome back to the garage today. I got another project here. I'm in my daughter's 2013 Honda Accord sedan. She's out of town today, so I was gonna clean out the clean out the brakes from the winter and go through the pads and everything, clean up all the clips, check the pins and stuff like that. And I went to move it around the driveway, and I noticed the parking brake is very loose. Usually I keep this like 3 clicks, it starts to engage, and by 5 it'll hold the car on the hill in our driveway, and it won't do either of those. Right now it's about 5-6 clicks till I even get any resistance, and if I pull it all the way up, it will barely hold the car in the driveway. I mean, barely. It wants to roll. So something's not right here. I'm gonna show you what to look for and how to remedy this problem in this video. But just so you know, this should not be floppy. Like this is floppy. You should start feeling some light resistance about there. And like I said, 3 to 5 clicks, you should be holding the car back, and not really be able to get it much past this. And I can yank it all the way up. So we're gonna go take a look at the back, get it up in the air, and check out what's wrong. Okay, team. So I'm back under the car, and right away I can see what my issue is. I am looking at the passenger rear brake caliper. This is where the parking brake ties into the parking brake mechanism. So you pull the lever, it pulls this cable forward, pulls this here, pushes out your brake pads, engages your parking brake. Right now I can see that this rubber boot is collapsed and pulled in, but I have the parking brake completely off. So you saw earlier in the video, I left the parking brake down, and this is still compressed. If I come over to the other side and look at that side, you can see the rubber boot is fully extended and out, which means that that parking brake lever is releasing. So if I come back over here and look at this one, you can see that it's fully collapsed or retracted. And if I take my scale on it, right, so if you're trying to diagnose yours at home, just take a ruler, tape measure, whatever you got, push it up against that bracket there, and when it's collapsed, it's gonna be pretty much at 3 inches. So put it up there and against there, and you'll get 3 inches on your rule at the back of the cable. And that means your parking brake lever is stuck. I'll go over to the other side and grab a measurement of what it would be fully out. But another way to tell, and a quick litmus test, is if you are trying to get to this bolt and this lever is in your way, if you got a socket and an extension on there, and you can't get to this because this is in the way, this is stuck forward. Little tip for you. Okay, so I'm over here on the driver's side, and you can see this is extended, right? You can see in between the little folds that this is out. And if I take the rule, again, put it up against that bracket, line it up with the brake cable, get the camera to focus, and you can see it's out to 3.5 inches, maybe 3.25, depending on your vantage point. Looks about 3.5. So when you pull that cable, it's going to pull that forward. So also, if it's good, this should be resting on this lever right here, so this doesn't overextend. And again, if it's good, you should have no problem reaching this bolt here to get your emergency brake cable off. So now we're going to go back over to the other side, and we're going to diagnose this. Is it a cable or is it the caliper? Okay, so now I've got the wheel off, and what I've done is I've taken off the parking brake cable from the back of the caliper. So there's going to be a bolt here that you take off that is on this bracket back here, and then you just slide that all the way. So this is bolted up to this hole right here. And then on the front side, if your car isn't boogered up like mine is, this spot here will actually be attached to the knuckle, but the bolt snapped a while back. I couldn't get it out. So That's how I'm keeping the parking brake cable attached and out of the way of moving parts. But anyway, you remove those 2 bolts. I believe they're 12 millimeter. Yeah, 12 millimeter, verifying it there. So now what you're gonna do is this lever. This is your parking brake lever. Right now, that's in the retracted position. So if the parking brake was off, this lever would be up against this catch. If you push this in, that engages your parking brake by engaging the ratcheting mechanism, which pushes the pad out, which clamps the caliper down. This should snap back automatically. Like I push this in, this should spring right back. This should be kind of hard to push in too, and I get none of that. As you can see, that's staying right there, and that's causing this to hang up. As you see, I play with it some more. It's starting to get some of its spring back, but for the most part, I let it go. It stays. This should be springing. So this tells me the caliper needs to be replaced. Past experiences, I can get into this boot and I can lube this up, and yeah, it'll work for about a week and then it's gonna jam up again. That's just life here in the Rust Belt, in the salt of upstate New York. So I am going to get a replacement caliper and change this out at some point this week. These are actually lifetime warranty replacements, so I'm going to take full advantage of that. So that's how you diagnose it. If you push this lever towards the front of the car and this does not snap back immediately against that lever, you got a bad caliper. If this snapped back and we had no issues here, then we'd start looking at our brake cable, which I did have an issue on this car on the other side. The brake cable, the rubber was compromised, and below 32 degrees, the parking brake would stick, and that's because water would get in there, freeze the cable overnight, and not let it release. So that's why you got to diagnose. Just don't throw parts at things, because then you can be back under there throwing more money to fix it right. All right, so it's been a couple days since I recorded the first part of the video. I have my new caliper here, which is a warranty replacement for this one. Gonna get it swapped out, send that one back, and get my money back. But I want to show you the difference on this emergency brake lever between the old one and the new one. First of all, you'll see the old one, that's as far back as it will snap back, versus the newer one goes back pretty much almost all the way to that stop. But the bigger thing is if I press this and release, it comes back very slowly. There's no snap to it. If I grab this new one, as soon as I release it, it snaps back. And that's what we want. So, yep, we're confirmed. This is all shot in here. There's no way to take it apart and fix it, and why bother at this point? We'll throw on this new one under warranty and get it back on the road. Thanks for stopping by the garage today, and bye-bye.